long silence of about 3 minutes, as Darren simply nodded towards the empty space next to him. I spent the time studying the empty chair, trying to detect even the slightest hint of something supernatural, but I couldn't discern anything. I practically had my nose pressed to my phone screen, watching the shadows of Darren's bedroom when his sudden speech made me start. "Well, that's great. Helping little girls like that? It can't be easy after what happened to you, but you do it, and that's so great." I smiled, wondering how he came up with these stories, and whether there was a Word document somewhere on his computer that had the other side of these scripts written on it. I wanted to read them, if so. "Well, thank you for coming on, and thank you very much again for sharing your experiences, Miss Smith. I think that's all our time for today, but I wish you the best, and please take care." And with that, Darren smiled meekly towards the chair next to him, turned and scooched his own chair back up towards his computer, and as his hand reached out of frame, the video ended. I continued to watch Darren's videos as they rolled in. Whenever I got the alert, I would queue it up, watch the video before bed, then await the next one. It was by far the weirdest channel I had found on YouTube. His interviewees came to comprise an interesting cast of characters that included the Annette twins, the Rog, and the Gray Man, who, despite the sinister name, was a delightful guest who caused Darren to break his composure with gleeful laughter throughout the interview. So you mean that you can be anywhere?" Silence, interrupted by unexpected laughter from Darren. "Oh, so everything's gray?" he asked, regaining himself a moment before bursting back into pitchy laughter, too contagious for even me to resist chuckling along with. "I guess no one can accuse you of being without talents." He managed to get out from between his outbursts, wiping a tear from his eye. Looking down at the video info, I realized that the Gray Man was the first video for someone to see that wasn't me. The view counter read 3. I smiled to myself in the dark of my bedroom. After the Gray Man, a couple weeks went by before dialogues with Darren showed any more activity. Then, at around midnight on Friday, my phone screen lit up with an alert. Darren was live streaming. Having nothing better to do and intrigued with seeing Darren do his first live act, I quietly shut my bedroom door, flopped onto my bed, and opened the YouTube app on my phone. The title was Dialogues with Darren, No Name Available, Live. Darren was oriented on the left side of the screen. The empty chair was stationed on the right. He had already done his typical brief intro and was mid-sentence as the audio popped in. "So, you're the first to reach out to contact me first. Let's start with that. How did you hear about the show?" Then, for the first time in any of Darren's videos, I heard a response. A sound like the blade of a butcher knife being raked over steel broke the silence. The sound was pitchy and inconsistent, resonating as though it was simultaneously right in my ears and echoing from far away. I winced and attempted to turn the volume down, but the metallic tones remained just as loud as if I had done nothing. Darren appeared pained, but otherwise determined to politely carry on, and continued to maintain his shaky host persona. "That's certainly not what I expected," he said, leaving me wondering what the answer had been. "And might I ask, how were—" The metallic noise resumed, cutting off Darren. His face had turned from a look of pain to a look of agony. "Sorry, usually this works with me asking the guest questions and, Again the terrible scraping responded. I winced and tried to escape it by turning my phone to mute, but the noise continued, just as loud as if I'd done nothing. I was just about to swipe out of the video to make it stop, when I noticed that Darren was talking again on the live feed. I just couldn't hear his voice with the volume off. He looked panicked, and had shifted his body to be as far from the empty chair as possible.